Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick with NorCal Rod and Reel. Thank you so much for clicking on the link. Today is another episode of the series called Just the Tip. Specifically, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to properly spool up a brand new spinning reel. So specifically for this video, I wanted to go ahead and break down a brand new combo that I actually bought because I'm trying to target one that I don't normally go after, and that's panfish. So I went to my local sportsman store. I found a combo made by Daiwa for about 20 bucks. Picked up some very basic monoline to go ahead and put on this thing. In total, it's going to be just north of 25 bucks. I think with change, it's about 27, 28 bucks that I spent for a brand new Daiwa rod and spinning reel and monofilament line to go ahead and target panfish. So with that, I'm going to use this as an example today to show you guys some of the things to look out for before you even start spooling up your reel. So that way you can make sure that you're not putting something on completely wrong and then having to, either cut the line, remove it all, and spend even more money than what you really have to. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's break into this. So the most important thing about spooling up a brand new reel, okay, is to match the line to the size of the spinning gear that you have. So specifically for this model, okay, if I go ahead and I read this, it holds 135 yards of 6-pound line and 110 yards of 8-pound line, okay? What that tells me, okay, is in the middle of the road, 6 to 8-pound line, that's about how much line, right, you're gonna get on the reel. Given your gear and your rod, you can normally go about 2 pounds above, 2 pounds below. Now, there's probably gonna be a lot of people who are gonna argue with that, saying you can do even more than that and less than that. That's absolutely up to you, but in order to make sure that your gear works the way that it should, it's best, in my opinion, to follow those parameters, okay? The second most important thing is to make sure that the spool, right, when you're going ahead and you're going to start pulling the line off of this brand new spool of line that you got, that it comes off counterclockwise. Now the reason for this is because when you cast a spinning reel, the line's going to come off actually clockwise. When you start moving the handle, okay, the spinning reel itself is going to turn in a clockwise fashion. By having that line come off the line spool counterclockwise, it helps tame some of that line twist. So keeping tension on the line as you're putting it onto the reel is going to help that as well. Too much or too little line will affect the reel's performance. So once the reel's all spooled, all you're going to do is you're going to cut the line from the remaining package. You're going to want to leave about 1/8 of an inch from the edge of this spool, so that way you don't have too much line on here. If you have too much line on here, it's definitely going to cause problems. You're going to get more backlash and you're going to get more webs in here that you're going to have to try to pull apart, which you don't want, obviously. So we have the new reel, okay? It's a Daiwa D-Shock 2000 B series. My rod itself is rated for 4 to 10 pound line. I went ahead and I picked up some Stren monofilament 4-pound line, okay? And I ended up getting some high-vis line because I've never used it before. I figured why not go ahead and try it. So the first thing you're going to want to do, okay, is remove, obviously, the tape from the package, okay? And you're going to want to get your line out. So, as mentioned before, you're going to want to make sure that when you're pulling your line, okay, you can see that this is really light. You want it to come off in a counterclockwise fashion. So mine right now is coming off in a clockwise fashion. So in order to counter this, all you got to do is put it over on the other side. Now when I pull the line, it's coming off counterclockwise, okay? So now that we've got the reel on the rod itself, we're gonna go ahead and start spooling this. So the first thing to do is to tie one overhand knot at the end of the line. So now we've got a very little knot. Now because I got a 2-piece rod, this is going to make this a little bit easier. So you're going to go ahead, I took off the top piece because I don't need it for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it through the first guide, okay? Now remember, I got my spool set up so that way the line's coming off counterclockwise. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag this down, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and do another loop with another overhand knot. now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna take that loop, okay? You're gonna pull some more line through, if you can. Okay, and you're gonna take the loop that you created, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna stick it underneath the bail right here. You're gonna pull that loop up and get it on the spool, okay? Once you have the back end on the spool, then you can go ahead and you can pull the end line, okay, on both sides. Pull that knot in tight. So now that we have a tight hold of the spool, you can go ahead and trim that extra piece of line at the end, okay? And then let's go ahead and grab the line for however much you've already pulled out, okay? And you're gonna wanna hold it just a little taut. Not too taut, but just enough, so that way this is gonna go on tight. And all you're gonna do is you're just gonna go ahead, make sure your drag's all set, and you're just gonna go ahead and start spinning. That's it. And now that you have your reel all spooled up, now you're ready to go ahead and put on the second part of the rod and go ahead and run the line through the guide wires, tie on your favorite lure, and you guys are ready to go.